Hey, everybody. Kimmy Talks is back. Woo, woo. Sorry for the long weekend. As you can tell from my voice, I'm still a little congested. Um, yeah, I had a wicked cold. Wasn't fun at all. Um, and with this whole pandemic thing, everybody's afraid of you when you sneeze. So, anyways, that was fun. I'm recovered though. I am on the up and up. So this is Kim Antonucci with Kimmy Talks. Super fun podcast. Um Last week was a great week. I missed you guys on Friday for sure. Sorry about that. But I needed some downtime. And then it was Easter weekend. So I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. Spent time with the family. We did, the boys found their Easter baskets and they had lots of cool stuff in there. And they did an Easter egg hunt, which our Easter bunny knows our boys all too well because they had Hot Wheels and all the eggs. So now I have like 100 Hot Wheels all over my basement floor. Pretty cool though. I like Hot Wheels. So, you know, Easter Bunny did a good job this year. I hope everybody else had a great Easter. Comment below. Let me know what you got in your Easter basket. How was your food? So, speaking of food, we had brisket and ham. I don't know what everybody else had for Easter. You should comment below and share with what you have on Easter. But funny story, I ordered it online this year and had it delivered. And I'm kind of like crazy lady sometimes. Let's be real, all the time. And so I went online to order my meat and I put a brisket in my cart. And then the boys were like crazy, crazy boys. So I stepped away from my cart and helped the boys with something. Then I think I got distracted with dinner or whatever. And then it was bedtime. And then, 3 days passed. And I went back to finish ordering my Easter meat. And I put the ham in the cart, I put the brisket in the cart, and I ordered it. And then I was like, wow, over $200 for a ham and a brisket? What the heck? So then, I moved on with life because life is crazy and you got to go on to the next thing. So I moved on, and 3 days before Easter, my meat was delivered to my door, and I got two briskets and a ham. So, needless to say, we had a ton of meat at Easter. Does anybody want some brisket? Because I've got it at my house. You can have some. But it was super yummy. We had a great time. Everybody had a blast. And, it was cold. We couldn't play outside or anything. But the Easter Bunny had all the eggs inside. So that was cool. So comment below. Share with me on what you did this Easter. So now it's Monday and we're going to talk mortgages. I know it's super fun stuff. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the mortgage loan checklist. So when you apply for a mortgage, there's documents required. I know it's crazy. You have to do work to get a mortgage. We need documents to provide to our underwriters so that we can get you approved for that mortgage. So today I'd like to go through the mortgage loan checklist and kind of go over what types of documents are needed to get a mortgage. Now, this is just going to be a general checklist, like a high level overview, because the thing is, each program has a different set of documents that are required, right? So, depending on the program, these documents may not be required at all. For example, if I was doing a bank statements program for my self employed borrower, pretty much every single thing I'm going to talk about today is not needed. So just keep that in mind. This is if you're just applying for a regular mortgage, whether it's, FHA, conventional, USDA, VA. And as I go along, I might point out some things for specific programs. So hopefully I don't bore you guys to death, but it's some good stuff that a lot of people need to know. And they, going into applying for a mortgage, people have no idea really what it all entails. So I'm hoping to give you some insight as to what documents are required. Okay, so most important number one thing is a copy of your ID. We need a copy of a picture ID, a driver's license, or even a passport would be good. So, we need to validate that you are who you say you are. So, we need a copy of your driver's license. Also, we may ask for a copy of your social security card. This is also to verify you are who you say you are, right? So, the next category is assets. Okay. Assets are monies, right? So, we usually need two months of checking and savings account statements. So right now it is April 18th. 2 months of checking and savings would give us February and March. So we would be collecting February and March bank statements. If you have stocks, funds, and security statements, we would want um, the most recent statements for those. Money markets and CDs, we also want most recent statements. Something that's also very important, we use this not just for down payment, but also for reserves. And I'm going to explain that stuff a little better for you too. But if you have a 401k retirement, I ask this to all of my clients, and a lot of times they're like, why are you asking me for that? I'm not pulling from there. That's That's cool. You don't have to pull from your retirement account. But it's still good to see, especially if we need to see reserves. You guys are asking what reserves are. Reserves are monies that we can see somewhere, whether it's in a retirement account or a savings account, anywhere really, that would show that you have enough money to make a couple months mortgage payments if, say, you experienced a financial hardship or lost your job. So, say your mortgage payment's $800 a month, and we need to show 2 months reserves. We want to see $1,600 somewhere. And if that's in a retirement account, that works for us. Now, retirement statements are usually quarterly, so that's okay as long as you send your most recent quarterly statement. Okay, next up is a super fun category, and that is the income. Oh, well, I'm going to step back one more second, back to assets. So, if you were going to be doing a bank statements program with me, if you're self employed and we're going to do a bank statements program, there are two different types of programs. We can do a 12 months bank statements program, or we can do a 24-month bank statements program. So depending on which program, that would depend on how many statements I need, right? And then we can use business banks statements or personal bank statements or a combination of both. So that's if we were just using bank statements to qualify you for a mortgage. Okay, on to income. So income is a lot of stuff. We need a complete 2-year employment history. So even if there were some gaps in employment. At minimum, we need the last 2 years. So we're in April of 2022. We need to go all the way back to April of 2020. If you've changed jobs in between April of 2020 to April of 2022, I need all those jobs on your application. And if you are a W-2 employee, then we just need your most recent pay stubs for the most recent 30 days. So if you're paid weekly, we'll probably need 4. If you're paid biweekly, we'll need 2. And if you're a W-2 employee, then we just need your W-2s for the most recent 2 years. So again, we're in 2022. We would need 2020 and 2021 W-2s. And then if you're a 1099 employee, we need 2 years of your 1099s. And then retirement Social Security income, we will need your most recent Social Security award letter. And here's something really cool. A lot of people say to me, oh, I don't have it. I don't keep it. I don't whatever. You can get this Social Security award letter super fast online. The Social Security Administration allows you to log in, create an account and log in and print your most recent award letter. So I send that link out to all my people with Social Security income. It's quick, it's easy, and it's exactly what we need. And then if you get a pension or anything like that, we will need your pension award letter. A lot of times those don't come out annually. So you'll just have to keep that in mind. If you think you may need to buy a house after you retire, always hold on to those pension letters. Don't throw them away. Those are something you want to hold on to because we're going to need it to verify your pension. And then if you don't have it, of course, you can reach out to whoever's paying you that pension to get you a new letter. So now let's talk tax returns. If you are a W-2 employee, then we will typically not ask you for your tax returns. We try to avoid tax returns because they can be super fun and complicated and not really fun at all. So, but if we need your tax returns, if you're self-employed, we'll likely need 2 years of both business and personal tax returns. Again, depending on the program, we may only need 1 year. For example, if we go Freddie Mac and you've been self-employed for 5 years or more, then we usually can just get away with 1 year tax return. If you're FHA, we always need 2 years tax returns if you're self-employed, okay? And then we need your year-to-date profit and loss if you are self-employed. A lot of people, especially like hairdressers or daycare people, they're like, oh, what's this profit? My CPA does that. So cool thing. Reach out to your loan officer. Most of them probably have a template that they can send your way to help you guide you a little bit on that profit and loss, but we will need a year-to-date profit and loss for self-employed. Next up is REO section. That is real estate owned. Any properties you have in your name, okay? So if you are completing application and you are doing a refinance, then we need your most recent mortgage statement for all mortgages on the property, especially the ones we're paying off. We need your most recent homeowner's insurance contact information, or at least a binder or a policy. We need your property tax bills. A lot of times we can pull those right online. And then we need an HOA statement. Now, here in Central New York, we don't have HOAs very often unless you have a condo. It's not common. So typically what we're looking for there is just a letter that states there is no HOA for my property. Now, I know I was just talking about a refinance, but say you have investment properties or a second home. We still need all of these documents for any real estate that you own. Okay. We need the mortgage statement. If you don't have a mortgage, we need a letter that states that the property is free and clear. Free and clear means there's no liens on that property. We need your most recent homeowner's insurance policy, your tax bills, and again, that letter stating whether or not there is an HOA associated with the property. Um, it's very, very important to have these documents because we have to count all of this against your debt when we're factoring in your debt to income ratio. Okay. Now, if it's an investment property that we're talking about, keep in mind if we need to use rental income for any of those properties, we need tax returns, 2 years of tax returns, whether you're W 2 or not. So if you're a W 2 employee and you want to get away with just submitting W 2s and no tax returns, then we may want to have a conversation about any investment properties you have and not using rental income to qualify you. So refinancing, little additional paperwork that we need there. We do need the mortgage note from when you closed on the house, the most recent mortgage note. We will need that when refinancing your house. And then I just want to talk about some special circumstances. These are some additional documents um, that we're going to need throughout the process. So if you're currently renting, we will want your landlord's contact information because not all the time, but frequently, we will need to reach out to your landlord and get what we call a verification of rent. Okay. Those with lower credit scores, a lot of times we need to get a verification of rent. We just want to verify that you've paid your rent on time for the last 12 months. And then bankruptcy papers. If you have had a bankruptcy within the last 7 years, we need all pages of your bankruptcy paperwork. And I know that sounds crazy, but we need it. The underwriter is going to ask for it. They will not even approve your loan without it. We must have all pages. I have clients who just send me the discharge, and that's great. I love having the discharge paper, but I need all pages of those bankruptcy papers that you filed. Okay, and then if you are divorced or separated, we will need a copy of the divorce or separation agreement along with any alimony or child support. And even if you were never married, say, but you're collecting child support and we need to use that to qualify you, we do need the child support order, okay? The court ordered support. And then for our veterans, we need your DD 214. This is your discharge paper. When we have that, we can pull your certificate of eligibility and it'll tell us what you're eligible for regarding the VA loan. So if you are a veteran, that's what we need. Okay, I think that is all for now. That was again kind of like a high level list of documents we would need. And I hope I didn't bore you to death. I hope you aren't like snoozing on the other side of this device. I do have a reminder. Coming up at the end of the month is Agent Marketing Academy. We are doing Instagram for real estate. So Rochester, Thursday the 28th, and then Syracuse, Friday the 29th. If you are a real estate agent, register. I need to know how many people I'm going to be feeding. So we look forward to having you and seeing you at the end of the month for sure. Please don't forget, everybody, follow me or subscribe. I am on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. TikTok me, people. Follow me on TikTok. I need you to follow me on TikTok. I need followers, 1,000 of them. Let's go. And I think that's it for today. So Wednesday, I think Brandy and I are going to look for somebody to hop on the podcast with us this Wednesday. We haven't found anybody yet, but hopefully we will. And then Friday, we're going to talk about the weekend. So other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Bye-bye. Mwah.